like to welcome you to this edition of Country Cooking. Today we are doing some recipes that were submitted by Valley employees again, since you people that are watching aren't sending them in. I'm still waiting. The first one I'm going to do is called skillet pork chops with potato and onion, and this one was submitted by Mindy Reeb. She's one of the office gals. And what it is we're going to go ahead and put 2 tablespoons of oil in the skillet. And then her recipe calls for 4 pork chops. I'm going to use 6. I have bigger eaters at my house than she does, those 2 little kids and a husband. So I'm supposed to take the pork chops and coat them with flour. And again, I cheat on things. It's easier to shake it in a bag. You don't get everything so full of flour. Your fingertips aren't quite so bad. Get my oil spread around in here. So we'll go ahead and coat these, and then we're going to brown them about 4 minutes on each side. So once I get these all in and they're browning, then we'll go ahead and we can start on the second item that we're going to do today. Is a recipe that I've never made before, but with all the fresh garden stuff, people have an abundance and want to use it up. This one had cucumbers, tomatoes, onions, green peppers. It's a corn salad. We had sweet corn, but I don't know if I'd take the sweet corn and put it in this salad. So I did drain the 2 cans of corn that one called for. And I'm just talking to use up time while I get these pork chops coated. The recipes you will be seeing today, again, are on the Valley's homepage. You can access them on the internet. For people that don't have internet access or a computer, call the office. The girls will go ahead and send you out hard copies of the recipes. I do have to tell you guys something that we think is kind of cute and funny at our house. My folks are, my dad's 80, my mom's 76, and now you got to remember these shows are pre-recorded, but it is now that this happened last night. My mom is now on Facebook. I was her first friend on Facebook. Now how they're getting along, we're not sure with it. It's kind of new for them. They're the old school, scared of technology. Dad got a smartphone. But one of the things is they want to know about a relationship. And my folks celebrated their 60th wedding anniversary in June. So on your relationship, and there's the button that says ask. My mother never said married for 60 years, so we think it's kind of funny that she quite hasn't figured that out yet. So anyway, we're going to cover these here, and we're going to, like I said, they're going to cook for about 4 minutes on each side. And while those are cooking or browning, we're going to go ahead and start with the corn salad. This goes with that. Get my bowl out. I would think my Valley bowl should be big enough because I pretty much have everything already cut up. What the recipe calls for is 2 cans of corn drained. And like I said, I drained last night because I wasn't sure how much time we'd have today. So we're going to add the 2 cans of corn drained. And then we need 3 cucumbers chopped, and I also did that. These cucumbers are garden fresh. They came from a girlfriend. My garden didn't do so well, so thank you, Jean, for the cucumbers. I might have to get a bigger bowl. Then we need 3 tomatoes chopped. These are 3. My tomatoes out of the garden weren't real big, but at least we know these are garden fresh tomatoes. Yeah, I think we're going to have to get a bigger bowl. Well, maybe not. Let's see. Then we need 1 green pepper chopped. I'm going to add all the ingredients, the vegetables, before I go ahead and add the rest. We need 1 cup of celery, chopped, diced, cubed, whatever you guys want to call it. A half cup chopped onion. Does anybody want to like odds if I can mix the sour cream and the other stuff in without spilling this? It smells awesome. Well, I lost. One went on the floor, but we'll go ahead and try it. Okay, I'm gonna flip these. I'll be right back.
Valley Telecommunications, the home team advantage.
This is the team you want on your side.
Taking you to the future with hometown pride.
Broadband, TV, phone services too.
Bringing the latest technology home to you. Valley Telecommunications, the home team advantage.
Okay, so now we've got all the fresh chopped vegetables in the bowl, and for the dressing it calls for a half a cup of salad dressing. I'm using Miracle Whip. I like Miracle Whip over mayo anytime, so. And we're gonna mix this in a separate bowl. And it calls for 1 carton of sour cream. It didn't say what size, so I'm just using the 16-ounce carton. And a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of sugar. Teaspoon of salt. And a teaspoon of sugar. Mix this all up. Now Lisa thought if I mixed my dressing separately, I could incorporate it into the bowl without getting crazy, so we'll see if she knows me well enough or not. I am going to move the recipe so that we don't get it all over there. And I have a little guard, but I don't think it's going to work. And I'm just going to start with half of this because I don't know. I mean, might need it all. I know the spoon's not working. Use this. So far, so good. And you do need the whole thing just by looking at this, so the recipe is correct. How does it taste? We'll find out because I really don't know. This is a new recipe for me, but like I said, it's got so much of the garden vegetables in it. I thought this would be a good recipe to use up the garden stuff. I didn't grow celery, I actually purchased the celery, so if somebody knows how to grow celery, that'd be kind of cool to have them come on the show and we could do the, what do they call it, ants on the logs, peanut butter on the celery and add raisins. Good snack with school going on. We're almost incorporated. And then it says chill until ready to serve, and so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna throw this in the fridge. Then we're gonna come back and we're gonna work on those pork chops, and they're gonna simmer for 40 minutes. And while they're simmering, then we're gonna go ahead and make peanut butter bars, which that recipe was submitted by another Valley employee, Lisa Ochsner. She's actually the one behind the camera today, so if I have problems, I know who I can call. One thing I did almost forget was the 1 teaspoon of mustard. You can use prepared mustard or you can use dry. And beans, I've got the dressing in there already. I'm gonna use the prepared. We'll stir this up and then I will put it in the fridge. It's good to have people come around and check your recipes to make sure that you don't forget stuff. You know, have you ever baked anything and somebody calls and you stop with what you're doing and then you go back and it's like, did I add that? Yeah, I think I did. Well then, this happened to my mom. It hasn't to me yet. But she forgot to put in her baking soda, so her cookies weren't rising. She's, well, they look funny, what's going on? Well then it clicked later that she got interrupted and it got omitted and they didn't work out right. So There's the corn salad. I'm gonna put it in the fridge and then we'll come back and work on the pork chops. I'll be right back.
It's our best high-speed internet offer ever, and just in time for back to school. Sign up for high-speed internet from Valley and get an Apple iPad mini for just $50, plus get free installation. Existing customers can upgrade to our 20 meg 5 meg speed and get an iPad mini for just $50. Call Valley today at 437-2615.
All right, we got our pork chops browned on both sides. Now we're gonna go ahead and add, well, it says mix in a small bowl, mix salt, pepper, and Parmesan cheese, but I'm gonna be lazy again today, and I'm just gonna do it by sprinkling it on, because I'm not sure how much salt and pepper to use, but we're just gonna take half the cheese mixed here, and we're gonna sprinkle it on top of the pork chops. And then I'm just gonna salt and pepper it this way, so that way each pork chop gets its own little spice. And then it says to put half the cheese over that, cover the pork chops with potatoes. This is new to me, I haven't made Mindy's recipe before. I should have her standing here next to me do this. Anyway, got the cheese, now we gotta add a layer of potatoes over this. And I'm just gonna use all that's in here, because they will get eaten. And then it says, sprinkle with remaining cheese. Lemon juice is in the way. And then top with onions, and I already sliced up the onion. It doesn't say how thin to slice them, so I guess it's kind of what you want, and it just says sliced potatoes and onions, so she doesn't give an amount. So I think what we're doing here is just kind of what you think your family would eat. And I cut these big enough so if my family doesn't like the onions, they can pick them off. And then after that, you want to go ahead and dissolve your bouillon in 3/4 cup hot water. And it calls for 3 bouillon cubes, which is equivalent to a tablespoon of granules. So I'll dissolve that in here. Stir in lemon juice. And that calls for 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. And then you pour this over the top of the potatoes and pork chops, and then you cover your skillet. I'm gonna rinse this. Make sure I get all that out of there. And then we're gonna cover it and let it simmer 40 minutes or until the vegetables are done. So we will let this set here, and while this is simmering, I'll put away a couple things, get the stuff together that we need for our peanut butter bars that we're gonna make for dessert with this meal, and we'll be right back with you.
Choose your special offer with Valley Cellular. You can either choose from BOGO, where you buy 1 smartphone for $49 and get the second one for free on certain devices, 3 months of free voice service, or a $100 signing bonus. Valley Wireless is nationwide cellular service with local customer service. Call or stop by today to take advantage of this great offer.
Okay, the next recipe we're going to make on today's show is peanut butter bars. The recipe was submitted by Lisa Ochsner. You need a 9x13 pan greased, and you need 6 cups of corn flakes, and then we're going to crush them real fine. So I always cheat and just put them in the bag with the rolling pin. And I have we'll crush them a little bit and then we'll let the air out. Bottom side's real fine. We'll call that good. This here, we'll just set off to the side for right now. We're gonna heat up the other part of the recipe, and that is 2 cups of crunchy peanut butter. And 2 cups would be your 16-ounce jar. I hate getting peanut butter out of a jar. It's coming, slow but sure. All right, I can smell our pork chops are cooking. Almost there. Now do you see why I hate getting peanut butter out of a jar? Into this we're gonna go ahead and add, I'm gonna wash my fingers quick. Be right back.
Keep up to date with all the latest news and offers from Valley and get in on some fun contests and giveaways. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and add 1 cup of sugar and 1 cup of white corn syrup. And we're going to put this on the stove and melt it down until the peanut butter is all melted and the sugar is kind of melted also. And once that's done, then we're going to go ahead and add the crushed corn flakes to that. Did I tell you it was 6 cups of corn flakes crushed? I'm not sure if I told you or not. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and add this. Okay, we're going to take a break while I move this over and heat this down, because I really don't want you guys to watch me from the back side while I stand here and melt this. So Valley will give you a break. Again, if you want these recipes, make sure to check Valley's homepage. On the internet, you don't have access, go ahead and call the office. We'll be right back with you.
Valley's Mobile Command Center is coming to a town near you. Stop in at Valley's Mobile Command Center to learn more about our services, see and test some of our products, ask questions, or just to visit with us. Make sure to check your newsletter for specific dates and times when we will be rolling into your town.
All right, so we've got that all mixed up and it's melted. Now we're going to go ahead and add the 6 cups of corn flakes, which were 6 cups before we crushed them. So make sure you do that. You measure out and then crush, because if you crush and have 6 cups, you're not going to have enough of the peanut butter mixture to coat all your corn flakes. That was a question I had for her when I was getting this recipe together. I wasn't sure which way I was supposed to do it, and I thought, watch me mess it up. They smell awesome. Okay, and then you're just gonna dump that in and pat it in your pan. That's one nice thing about these types of kettles these days is it just slides right on out. I'll put that down here. And for the topping on this, it's just a 12-ounce package of semi-sweet chocolate chips. Put in the microwave to melt, and that's what's beeping as I've stuck them in the microwave already to start the process. These are almost like a Scotch rhubarb, just a little bit different version, different cereal, but that's what we've got so far. Melt those for another 30 seconds and stir them up and see how they turn out. So on today's show, what we've done so far, and we'll plate this up for you so you can see how it's all done, is we've got the pork chops with potatoes and onion skillet, and we have the corn salad, which is chilling, which I did taste, and it's pretty darn good if you like your vegetables. And then we've got the peanut butter bars, and we're gonna get all this here going for you. These might need another 30 seconds. And of course, then you're going to want to chill these down before you cut them because they're warm and they're not going to hold together. The chocolate's not going to be solid on top. So once we get these frosted, we're going to go ahead and throw them in the fridge. By that time, our pork chops should be ready and we'll plate up for you guys. We'll be right back to show you what these look like once the microwave's done. Okay, we've got the chocolate chips melted down. We're just going to go ahead and drizzle that down onto the bars. And some people don't care. Now this is just what I'm thinking here as I'm doing this. I'm not trying to take away from the recipe because I'm sure it's quite good. But some people aren't real big on the semi-sweet chocolate chips. You could always do half chocolate chip and half butterscotch if you want. I think it would mild it down a little bit. If you want it to taste almost like a Reese's peanut butter cup, you could use milk chocolate instead of semi-sweet. Lisa, have you tried any of those? She's shaking her head yes, so see, it is whatever you would prefer to have on top, but we're going for the rich, dark, good chocolate today. We don't want to waste any, so we'll drop that back down. Okay. And this is what they look like when they're done. I'm going to go put them in the fridge. We'll let them chill, and we'll come back and finish out the show.
Don't want to miss out on your favorite shows while you're gone? Get DVR service from Valley and never miss another show again. You can also watch your favorite shows on over 70 channels in our lineup in crystal clear high definition. Sign up for HD or DVR from Valley this month and receive 2 months free and free installation. Call us today at 437-2615. You don't want to miss out on this offer.
Okay, we've got this show episode's food prepared, finished. We got our skillet pork chops with potatoes and onion that Mindy Reep submitted. We got the peanut butter bars that Lisa Ochsner submitted, and then the corn salad that I decided to make because I had all the garden produce. Turned out great. Hope you guys enjoy the recipes. You can call the home office. Again, like I said, if you want the recipes and you don't have access to the internet. Otherwise, all these will be downloaded on Valley's homepage. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you at the next show.